Hey everyone, Mr. Mistake here. This is going to be an overview video for the Gran Turismo World Series 2022 Manufacturer Cup Test Season 1. And for the first half of the video, I'll talk about what this is all about. And in the second half of the video, I'll do a quick little lap guide at Deep Wars with the Group 3 cars. So for those who don't know what the Manufacturer Series is all about, this is where you try to be the best driver for your manufacturer in your region, and you'll be able to pick a manufacturer that has a Group 4 and a Group 3 car. So for example, Subaru has the WRX Group 4 and the WRX Group 3, so that is one possible manufacturer that you can choose. So to access this mode, you want to go over to Sport mode. Make sure that you have Cafe Book number 9 unlocked so you can access multiplayer in Sport mode. And you want to go over to Manufacturer's Cup, so it's the one with the red tint. So I'll press X in a moment. There we go. And when you press enter, you'll be asked if you want to enter this league. So there's GT1, GT2, and GT3. GT1 is the one for those in driver rating A and A+. If you want to enter it, press yes, and then you'll see this. Be careful when you pick your manufacturer, because once you sign with them, you're stuck with them for the entire season. Luckily, this season is a test season, so it's only about a week long. So for example, with me, I'm going to go ahead and sign with Subaru. I know I'm saying it purposely wrong, but anyways, once you press on sign contract, the deal is done and you're going to be stuck with them. You'll also get a cute little animation sequence, which I'm going to skip most of, as this does take a little bit of a while, but there we go. And when you press OK, you're going to see the time slots. These time slots will vary depending on the time zone that you're in. So for example, the ones that you're seeing right now are the ones for the Pacific time zone, so those in the Western United States. Be aware that you can enter as many or as few times as you want in these time slots, but the last race is the one that will count. So if you do slots 1, 3, and 5, the fifth one is the one that will count even if it's your worst result. So if you're doing slots 1 and 2 and you get a really good result on slot 2, you may want to just call it a day and enjoy the rest of your day. And here are the races that are going to be coming up for this Manufacturer's Cup. I'll have a link to this article in the description down below. And just by looking at the number of laps that we're doing for all these races are looking like pretty short and sweet sprint races, so you don't have to worry about pitting. Assuming that we're always on the racing hard tires, then there's even less of an issue when it comes to tire wear, so you won't have to worry about pitting at all. Be aware that round 3, which is at Suzuka, can have rain show up in the race, so be prepared in case rain does end up making an appearance in your race. And for all 4 races, BOP is on, so the cars are adjusted in terms of weight and power to make them more even, and tuning is off, so you don't have to worry about tuning your car if tuning is not your thing. You can just enter the race, start practicing, and start to prepare for the race. And make sure before you enter the race, go to GT Auto and change your freaking oil, because the oil quality in these racing cars decrease surprisingly fast. And yeah, you can see right there, my oil is already on normal and I've only been driving around for about an hour or 2 at this point. So yeah, just make sure you change your oil so your car is in good shape. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the lap guide. We're on the racing hard tires. We're using the Subaru WRX Group 3. Traction control is also at 0 and BOP is on. And also the car doesn't have any sort of tuning, as tuning is not enabled for this Manufacturer's Cup. But eventually you're going to want to make your way towards the right side of the track, and you're going to be going in a straight line for a while and brake before you pass the 100-meter board. So just as a curb on the right starts, brake as much as you can for a short while. Slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in. Exit on 3rd gear and be careful on your throttle input. You want to try to maintain as much control on your car. Then turn in just after you pass this sign on the left and use just a little bit of your braking power. You're trying to maintain your momentum, but you're also trying to set yourself up for these series of turns. So as the grass on the left ends, you want to start to ease on the brakes and bring yourself as close as you can to the left side of the track. Use a bit more braking power as you want to go for a late apex through this turn entering the tunnel. Carefully get on the throttle and brake as the tunnel ends. So you're going to brake hard for a short moment, slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in. Exit this turn on third gear. You're trying to maintain as much control in the car. And as you pass the track marshal, or just as you pass the apex of this turn, you want to use a little bit of your braking power. We're talking 50% braking power, lots of throttle control, and then brake as the bridge starts. Brake hard for a short while, 100% braking power. Slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in, and gently get on the throttle on third gear. You want to try to prevent any sort of wheel spin which can make your car lose control. But let's fast forward through this. Brake just after you pass the 150 meter board. You're going at full braking power. Ease off of the brakes as you're turning in. Exit this turn on second gear and slowly ease on the throttle to try to maintain full control of your car. And before I go, I just want to mention that the pit line cutting penalty is on, but for some reason it's not really enforced because you're going to see me cut it in a moment. But I just want to note that the pit line cutting penalty is on. So during your qualifying and race, if you want to play it safe, go around the pit line so you don't risk getting the penalty, because I think the penalty for cutting the line is 3 seconds. But anyways, that is it for this guide. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. If you're going to do this race, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully your race goes well. And that is all for me. So this is Mr. CA wishing you guys a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.